Hi, and welcome to Make a Difference Monday, where we want to encourage you to make a difference in yourself, in others, and in the world. I'm Courtney Bullard, the co-founder and executive director for the Pearl House, and today we are joined with Staci Rudolph, and we're going to be talking about trusting God without borders. So Staci, welcome. We're so glad that you're here today. I've been looking forward to it. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for having me. I was really excited about this, so I'm happy it's finally happening.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait for people to hear your heart and to hear your story. And so I would love for you to share just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So I am 27 years old. I'm saying that proudly. It's new to me, but I'm owning it. I'm originally from Southfield, Michigan, which is like the Metro Detroit area. Grew up there, raised in a really Christ-centered home, but it wasn't until like my 20s, early 20s that I really was like, God, what do you want me to do with my life? Where are you calling me? How can I serve you? And that's how I kind of got linked up with True Girl. He just opened that door, kind of introduced me to them. And for about the last 6 years, I've been a lead teacher with True Girl, lead teacher, worship leader. So it's been great.
That's amazing. So my daughter, my oldest, she's 11 now. I've taken her to a True Girl conference, and you were on stage. And so anytime I mention your name, my oldest is super excited because you are famous. And she's wanting, I think she has your autograph maybe somewhere in her house. So anyway.
Oh, wow.
So I love it.
Awesome.
I love the influence that God's allowing you to have in so many girls. And so thank you for all that you do. And so just kind of staying on that, I know that you moved to Pennsylvania. And I know moving to Pennsylvania, you must have left things behind that you love. And so I'd love for you to share maybe how you came to make the decision to leave your home state of Michigan to move to a much colder, maybe the tea is not as sweet, less southern state of Pennsylvania.
Well, I think it definitely happened with COVID. So before I was just kind of hopping in and out of the True Girl world during our touring seasons. We used to tour and do live events around the U.S. And so I was kind of doing that in the fall and the spring, but I would be able to go home for the holiday months and stuff like that. But when COVID happened, everything just changed and we became more grounded and doing a lot more from the headquarters of True Girl, which is in State College, Pennsylvania. So I kind of was presented with that. What do I do? Do I try to stay and do it from home, or do I just commit and move here and just go for it and kind of see what God is going to do now that we're in a different capacity of ministry? So that's what I've done. Yes, I am not going to lie. It's been hard, especially during a pandemic because things are closed. Church is not the same. So it's like I kind of uprooted myself and came here. And now I've been trying to find community. And it's slowly but surely things are getting back to what I imagined they were before COVID, but it has been interesting to try to settle into a new space, a new town with so much quarantine and isolation and stuff.
So you with True Girl, before COVID, you truly have been following really God's leading across the country and doing the tours, especially, True Girl. I wonder if there's been a part of that season during that time that's been difficult for you to say yes to God.
Yes, definitely. Well, because when God brought True Girl to me, I really think as an answer to prayer. I am not an 8 to 5 type of person. I do not like to sit behind a desk. I'm like, I am going to go crazy if I can't move, if I can't do something. So I remember being like, I just wish I could travel and sing. And my brother was like, yeah, okay, we'll see if that happens. And he was joking, but God instantly brought me True Girl, which all I did was travel and sing. And so I thought that was really, really cool. But when COVID happened, it was kind of like God being like, will you still serve me if it doesn't look exactly how you think it should? And so I'm like, oh man, of course I am. It's going to be hard. I am behind a computer more. I'm behind, teleprompters more and kind of stuff like that. But it's still doing his work, still his mission, just looks a little different. So
I love that. And I think all of us could probably ask ourselves that is, will we still say yes to God, still serve him, even when it looks different or maybe unexpected than what,
right.
Our original plan. So I admire that. Okay. So Staci, maybe share with us how you've seen God's promises, maybe just even the fruits fulfilled after you truly, you have walked in obedience. So I'd love for you to share some of that.
Yeah, I think more and more as time goes on, I'm just seeing how he's preparing me for something bigger. not that what I'm doing right now is not big enough. I'm kind of like, this is good. We're good. But he's just like, no, we're going to keep going. And I'm looking at each stage and just seeing the things I'm acquiring. So when I did True Girl and we were doing the live events, I was learning how to speak publicly. I had hundreds of people in front of me. I was very afraid, but I kind of learned that, got a little more comfortable in it, not totally comfortable, but that was a skill I had. And then it's like, okay, now how do you speak? How do you minister when nobody's watching? So now I'm kind of like, oh, what does that look like, to know that there are girls on the other side of the screen, but I can't really see them. So he's kind of working that in me because I'm still connecting to them just in a different way. So I see that come in, and now I'm getting more podcast opportunities. And so he's just teaching me how to speak his word, how to speak his truth in all kind of mediums. And that's really cool to me. And I don't know what he's going to use it for. I'm really excited about it, but I'm like, let me just enjoy each stage. Let me learn what I can each step of the way so that I'm ready as he continues to move me. So
what piece of advice would you give someone who is really trying to trust God and maybe go to an unfamiliar place?
I heard it in a sermon once. I think it was Dr. Charles Stanley. He said, obedience always results in blessing. And when I first heard that, I was like, is that true? And I feel it every step of the way. Whenever God has asked me to do something or kind of put something on my heart, and I'm like, I don't really know if that looks like what I want to do. And I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do it because he said so. And that's enough. He just opens doors that I never imagined. He gives things that you didn't even know you needed. You didn't know were kind of desires inside of you. But now he's just, I don't know, making so many things happen. So I've definitely seen that when you trust God, when you listen to him, he sees it all. So he knows exactly what he's going to do. He knows that you're going to love it even when you don't know, So I just say walk in obedience. Whatever he's telling you to do, he's clear about it. He is so clear about it. I really believe that. I've seen where he's told me one thing and 3 different people come and confirm it, or I see 3 different verses and I'm like, okay, I get it. You don't have to tell me anymore. I'm going to do it. So I would definitely say just go for it and walk in obedience, and it will result in blessing.
Oh man, I think of that verse that a lot of us are probably familiar with, but in Proverbs 3, 5 and 6, and it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not onto your own understandings, and in all your ways submit to him, and he'll make your path straight. And I think that that's so good, because sometimes, we don't understand, or some things don't make sense, but going back to just truly trusting the Lord. And that's what one of our jobs is to do, and you do that really well.
Oh, thank you. It hasn't always been that way, and I need to get better in some ways, but I'm on the journey. So thanks.
All right. So Staci, tell me, how can people find True Girl?
Yes, absolutely. You can go to mytruegirl.com. You'll find out about all our online Bible studies. We just launched the new subscription program. I'm really excited about, just focused on getting girls in God's Word 365 days of the year. So we're doing that with all kind of fun resources that we're putting in those boxes. We have our parents' workshops. We just did one last night, actually, Lies Moms Believe. So you'll just find that's kind of like our landing space for everything we're doing as a ministry. And on Facebook, you can just search True Girl and you'll find our page. And Instagram, I believe it's True Girl Official. So just search True Girl and truly you will find it all.
I love that. Well, I hope that those that are watching and listening today, that you'll take time to go and find True Girl. It's truly an amazing ministry. Staci, I am so blessed and so thankful to know you, and thank you for spending time with us today. And I encourage everyone, let's all go and make a difference.
Thank you for listening to Make a Difference Monday. If you would like to learn more about how you can make a difference, visit thepearlhouse.org.